Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about the most overrated American girls. I asked you all over on my Instagram story a couple days ago to give me dolls you think are overrated, and I'm going to be covering those as well as dolls that I personally feel are overrated. Some of these dolls I do own, a few of them I don't, and it's probably because of how overrated they are that I do not own them. But we're going to cover that when we get to each doll. I do want to say this is just like my opinion, and everybody's opinion is different. So nobody freak out. Remember, they're just dolls. Everything's going to be okay. If your overrated opinions are totally different than mine and each other's in the comments, that's completely okay. Just be respectful to myself and each other. But we're going to cover the few dolls I think are overrated first, and then we're going to get to the real tea because my subscribers you guys had some thoughts. In no particular order, we're going to start with Just Like You 4. So this, I think we're getting like the most controversial one right out of the way. A lot of you actually told me that this was one of the dolls you think is overrated as well. So I completely agree. I don't own a regular number 4. I own a number 4 custom. One of only 2 Asian molds we have. She is the only doll with this particular mold. I think it is very cute. Jess mold is my favorite though, so nothing's ever going to top the Jess mold. This doll, I think a lot of the hype is that she's so unique looking. You know, a lot of the dolls that have only face molds that are their face mold, they're the only doll with that face mold, say Marie Grace or Kaya, they definitely are a bit different when it comes to dolls who have, say, the classic or Josefina mold, because there's a lot of different bases you have to choose from. Whereas those molds that I just mentioned, it's kind of like, oh, you only get that mold in that skin tone. But I think a lot of people feel pressured to get number 4 because when you see her on secondhand sites, it's like, oh, this doll is rare. I'm going to charge you $300 to $400 for her, which is crazy to think about. So I think a lot of my opinion on this doll comes from the fact that I see her sold in really terrible condition for an insane amount of money, and of course, they have their own opinion on what is worth paying for a doll and stuff, but I don't know. I see her everywhere. There's nothing wrong with her. Like, I don't hate this doll at all. I do want her. I go back and forth as to if I really, really want her, or I feel like, or if I just want her because, you know, as a collector, you should be like, I need to have number 4 because every collector under the sun has her, even though that's not the case. Anyway, I hope that makes sense. I love number 4, but I do feel that she's a bit overrated. Next we have 27, and this was a doll I recently re-added to my wish list. I know a ton of people have her, but she's way more easily accessible than dolls like number 4. So I feel like a ton of people have her, and that is definitely the case. I know a ton of people that have her. I know a ton of people that also do not have her. There's absolutely nothing super special about this doll. She actually looks like me. So yeah, she's definitely not special there. But anyway, there's lots of different versions of her. I could have put number 3 on here, who was the original blonde-haired, blue-eyed classic in the Truly Me line, but no, number 3 is not. You don't really hear a lot of people say, oh my god, I have number 3. A lot of people say, I've got 27. I got her when I was little. She was my first American girl. So in that regard, she's very overrated. But again, like number 4, she's one that I actually really like. This is number 41, and this might seem super random, but she's actually our last Truly Me doll, because there were a lot of them that I was just like, I feel like they deserve their hype. Their hype is extremely accurate. I don't know. I was trying to figure out how to word that. But anyway, I don't know what it is about this doll. I own Ruthie, who is like the gray-eyed version of this doll, and I don't like Ruthie. Ruthie's actually not on this list, but dishonorable mention to Ruthie Smithens. Oh my god, this is going well. Something about this doll is very off-putting. Whenever people ask me who my least favorite Truly Me is, I always say 41. You are all probably expecting me to say the boy dolls or the ridiculous colored hair ones. No, it's 41. I don't know why. She just looks very off-putting to me. I know some people absolutely love this doll, and that's totally fine. But I don't like her. I don't know what it is. She's not one of the most overrated dolls from American Girl, but she's definitely one that I see people talk about, and I'm just like, I don't get it. Kicking off the Girl of the Year line, we have Sonali Matthews, and this is probably the most overrated doll on this list. Most overrated doll from American Girl. I own this doll, and in my personal opinion, she's not that great. And yes, she created the Sonali mold, which I love. Huge fan favorite. Like, I absolutely adore the Sonali mold. Fantastic mold. Her wig is very nice as well. I think Chris's collection was cool in the way that it kind of introduced best friends, and she had like the best movie from the Girl of the Year line. But I have a really big issue with Sonali, because if you're going to introduce a new face mold like that, it probably should have went to the Girl of the Year and not the best friend who completely overshadowed the Girl of the Year. And then same with poor Gwen, who was just basically a recycled Truly Me. So I have a lot of issues with Sonali in that front. I also have issues with, again, the overpricing of Sonali. And that, again, you have to remember, was back when Girl of the Years were only out for a year. So then again, there is that you have to take into consideration. Now Girl of the Years are around for like 3 years, which I don't understand. It's not Girl of the Years, plural. Anyway, I have a lot of issues with Sonali Matthews. That's not to say that I don't like her and I don't think she's a beautiful doll. I kind of have some like negative vibes and thoughts associated with her, if that makes sense. Next is Lainey Holland. So this one, again, is on the lower end of overratedness, I guess you could say. But this is a Girl of the Year that I've never been able to get into. I don't know why. I don't have anything like super negative to say. I just don't really like, I don't know. I don't want to say I don't like the way she looks, because that sounds like super rude, but just everything about her. I know a lot of people actually really love Lainey, and that's fantastic, especially for you guys who really love nature. That's totally cool. I'm like, that's fine. I don't know. Just something about Lainey I've never liked, and I see her a lot. On the secondhand market as well, and that's good, because that meant that she was like super popular and things like that. But I've just never been all about Lainey Holland like a lot of people are. Luciana Vega should come as no surprise if you've been around for a while. Now, I need to stress this heavily. Yes, she is unique to the Girl of the Year line because she is a girl that is involved in STEM with math and science and everything. I am a English and history type of girl, okay? So even though Luciana isn't everything that I like, I still think she was a very unique and good concept for the Girl of the Year line. However, with that being said, I don't like her. I don't like her collection. I do not like the purple in her hair. There's lots of things about this doll that I just absolutely do not like. I get the hype with her because she was super unique and things like that. I understand it, and that's totally okay. But for me personally, I really just don't like her. Like I said, I don't like her collection. I don't really like anything about her, and it's, weird because she is super unique to the line, and definitely I think I probably would have liked her if, her collection was tweaked in some other ways and things like that. I really don't like this doll, and to me she's extremely overrated and overhyped and overbought, and just I'm over it. Julie Albright kicks off our historical lineup, so this should come as no surprise. I feel like this is a very, very common opinion in the American Girl community. This doll, there's nothing bad about her. It's just the fact that she has been one of those that they've like revamped her collection way too much. They've given her way too much attention, and it's just kind of like, why? Like, you have so many other historicals from, in my personal opinion, I'm not really a 70s girly, from better or more interesting time periods that you should definitely pay attention to. But for some reason, Julie Albright just gets so much attention all the time. Now, she does have Ivy attached to her, which, Ivy makes up for a lot of what Julie lacks. And I don't know, just Julie, you guys probably knew she was going to be on this list immediately. Next, we have Cecile Ray, and I promise you this video is making it seem like I hate the Sonali mold, and I literally do not. So anyway, I've got Cecile. I was very caught up in the hype of I must get a Cecile because, she's super quote-unquote rare, and I hate using that word. She's really not. She's just another one that, like number 4 and a Sonali, falls victim to not being out for very long and people just jacking up the price on Cecile's in any condition. I was able to wait and get mine for a very good deal, but I'm going to be completely honest with you all. Yes, she's absolutely stunning and very, very beautiful, and I love her, but I am a Marie Grace fan. I love the Marie Grace face mold. It is absolutely gorgeous. I just love Marie Grace in general. I love them as a set together. They're really pretty, but if you ask me to pick one, I'm going to pick Marie Grace. The last doll I find overrated is Molly McIntyre. Now, yes, she was one of the original 3. She was the first with gray eyes, and one of the very few American girls that come with gray eyes, and I think If I'm remembering correctly, I think Molly is the only one to actually come with glasses, which makes her super unique, and that should not be a thing. Like, we need more dolls to come with glasses, but my problem with Molly is she has been revamped, retired, reintroduced, just a lot of things surround Molly, and she's just been brought back multiple times, including 2022, which was like super random and made no sense at all to me. I think that, yes, Samantha has been brought back a couple times as well, but definitely not as many as Molly. And then again, I'm going to go into my whole justice for Kirsten thing, because she was one of the original 3 too, and she has not had nearly as much love and attention that Molly and Samantha have had. Samantha isn't on here because, like I said, she hasn't been brought back as many times, and she has my favorite collection. So I've always had, I had Molly as a kid, and I still do because I have every historical doll, but Molly is definitely one of my least favorite historicals, and I don't know why, because I like that time period. It's very interesting to me, but just I've never bonded with the doll or her, story. Some of her collections are or some of her clothes are really cool, but Emily is my second favorite best friend. So like in the case of Julie, Emily brings Molly up just a little bit. Now for a little speed round of dolls that my Instagram followers, aka you guys, find overrated. These are all 3 from Allie of Alley Cat Loves AG, as you can see, and she says, Luciana, I'm not a STEM girly, and I don't care for her. If you guys don't know, Allie and I have a very, very similar opinion on Luciana Vega, so when I saw that, I was not surprised at all. And then Courtney, AG, overrated her. I completely agree. I didn't put Courtney in here because I felt like I had quite a bit of too many dolls, but Courtney just barely made the cut, and then again, like me, as you can see, Allie agrees with number 4 as well. In this batch, we have another vote for Courtney and another vote for Luciana, as well as 2 dolls that I could not believe. So 49 is super, super striking with her tan skin, dark hair, and blue eyes, and she's a doll that I've wanted for a very long time. She is another one of those that gets overpriced, so I kind of understand where this collector is coming from. And then the other one that surprised me was Claudie. Poor Claudie has not received the attention and love that she deserves from the company, so this one was super, super surprising to me. Here we've got a good mix of dolls, some we haven't talked about yet, but we have number 4. I think the Jess and Corinne molds are superior. You guys know the Jess mold is my favorite. I also obviously love the Corinne mold and the number 4 mold as well. AG Bob Doll Pants says Julie, who we've already talked about. Kira, who is one of my favorite girl of the years. Unpopular opinion, I know. She kind of has this bad association with Julie, how she looks like Julie and stuff, but I completely put that to the side because I will always pick Kira over Julie. And then Truly Me 61. 61 is one of my favorite Truly Me's. There's a lot of people that actually do have her, but there's a lot that actually don't. I love this doll. She's very, very high up in my ranking of the Truly Me dolls. Felicity. In my opinion, I don't think Felicity and Elizabeth get the appreciation they deserve anymore. And then we have Mary Ellen fell victim to being compared to Courtney, which definitely drug her down, which absolutely sucks. With this batch, we've already talked about Molly, so I completely agree with that one. We've got one for Kanani, which I thought about it, but honestly, to me, Kanani deserves everything that she gets, all the attention, all the love. Yes, her wig is a bit annoying and a pain in the butt, but it's fine because it's like one of the most unique wigs American Girl has ever released. She also is the one of only 2 Jess molds in the Girl of the Year line. And then the top 2, Leah Clark. I get it, but at the same time, like with Kanani, Leah is the most photogenic doll American Girl has ever released to this day, and I don't think they will top it. Everything about the way she looks and the way she takes photos, she is ridiculously photogenic. I don't like her collection, but Leah Clark as a doll is fantastic. We've got another one for Leah, Molly, and Samantha. Again, you guys, I'm actually very surprised at the amount of people that said Molly. Like, I don't feel so alone anymore. Number 4, not her, but her price. Absolutely. And then we have another one for Mary Ellen. But again, back to number 4, the price is really like with Sonali and Cecile and a couple other dolls that I didn't even mention on this list. 15 and 11. Just the price, my friends. In the last batch, we've got another Kanani and another Julie, and for me, it's Marie Grace. I don't get the hype about the mold. I didn't either. I thought it was very off-putting, and now one of my favorite customs in my collection, you guys know Primrose. Primrose is a custom MG, and I love that mold. I think it's so cool, and now Kavi, which actually leads me into Now and Forever AG's, is Kavi's a Mary Grace mold. And I was very turned off by this doll in the beginning. I think a lot of it had to do with her meat outfit and how appalling I find it. But I saw the rest of her collection. I thought she was really cute, really unique. I went ahead and I ordered her. I'm not even going to lie to you all. I can't put her down. I changed her out of that outfit and I can't stop looking at her. I can't stop messing with her hair. I am willing to admit when I am wrong, and I was 1,000,000% wrong with this doll. If you guys want to get her and try her out, absolutely do so. She is completely worth it. If you have any dolls that we did not cover in this video and you feel they're overrated, feel free to leave them in the comments down below. Also, your overrated opinions are always welcome and appreciated. Just please remember to be respectful to myself and each other in the comments down below. If you have not already, give this video a big thumbs up, hit that subscribe button to join the fam, and tap that really cool notification bell so you know the exact moment I post a new video. Have a blessed day, and I'll speak to you all soon. Bye, everybody.